All right, so the recording has started. Welcome everyone to the Moonboyz AMA with the Viddli token. So today we have the team, which is Sion and Ismail, who's the co-founder. Thank you very much for coming to the Moonboyz AMA, and if you would please introduce yourself to our community.
Of course. And like I said in the beginning, Brain Twister and also Commander, thanks for having us in your community. And looking at your previous posts, I was sure, okay, you just pick out the good projects and the projects which are promising. So that's why we are here and why we stick with Moonboyz for everyone to know. And to my person, I'm Sian. I'm the CSO and Chief Economist of the project of the Viddli View to Earn app. And like Brain Twister said, also Ismail is here, our founder and CEO, who built up this project and the Earlyminter community, which is also a Web3 development and marketing agency. So nice to be here. And yeah, I'm an economist, like I said. So I studied economics here in Germany, and maybe some of you heard it. My accent. I'm have a quite German accent. I hope you excuse this, but I give my best to make everything as understandable as possible.
All right, that was beautiful. Thank you very much. So, if you would like, we could go into what Viddli is about right now. So, tell my community what project you have brought for them today and why you think this would be a wonderful thing for them to have a look at and invest in.
All right. So I'm pretty sure some of you have already seen the Pink Sale Fair Launch or pre-sale page. I think later we will also go to the fact that we switched from pre-sale to fair launch. But yeah, the Viddli is a view to earn app which rewards users for using it. So we are a social media app which is already live, which you can download on the App Store or the Play Store and go to the app and write articles. And basically, you get rewarded for writing articles and for reading articles. And some of you maybe think right now, okay, how do they pay the people? Where is this revenue coming from, or where is this money coming from to reward users? So basically, when you download the Viddli app, you will see ads on the app. So there are constantly ads between every second and third post. And when you finished reading an article about a topic you love, of course, you will be able to claim your rewards, and then an ad pops up about 5 to 20 seconds. When you have finished watch the ad, we generate revenue and we give this revenue back to you in form of e-minties, which will be converted to minties later on. So this is the scope of our Viddli View to Earn app.
Beautiful. That sounds definitely interesting. So that's how the Viddli watch to earn model works. So what else can you tell us about your ecosystem and your project? Are there any other parts to it, or is there something really innovative you think my community would love to hear about your project?
Definitely brain twister. So I think the most beautiful thing about the Viddli ecosystem, of course, is the huge amount of users on the app, because you have to imagine we have started like 2 to 3 months ago, and 2 months of this time frame was only the Play Store, and we already have 3,400 downloads. We have 60 million e-minties having been released. And now the beautiful and innovative thing is, because these e-minties which are being distributed and rewarded to the people are not the minties you can buy right now in the fair launch, because these e-minties are the utility token of the app. And based on how much e-minty you have and how much e-minty the other people have, we take the ad revenue, we buy minties on the open market, so we generate demand for the token, so big demand every time when we convert ad revenues to Minty tokens, and then relatively to the amount of other people having e-minties, you will get rewarded in minties, and the e-minties get burned forever. And then the cycle starts again for the next month. So everything on reset, and you can give your best and also earn more than other creators. And the basic idea is you have to imagine like apps, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. We all know these apps. And I think almost 99% of the listeners right now are using these apps. And also YouTube, of course. And what is pretty annoying is that when scrolling through the feed, you see ads. I mean, okay, we are seeing ads. It's no problem. Like, let it be. But we spend so much time on these apps, and we don't get rewarded for it. And this is something that we think Web3 and decentralization can change by our model that we are offering with Viddli. And of course, the most innovative thing, to be honest, guys, 99 of the percent of the projects on Pink Sale don't have a product or utility already. We are the ones who have a utility and a product already, which is improving constantly. We have the next update this month coming, and these people who are right now here from our community, who I know, who I see, Louis, Mary, Callistemon, and all the other people from our community, first of all, thanks that you are here and supporting us, me and Ismail. But they know how the app has started and how the app is looking right now and how the app will look in the future. So this is basically something that we need to stress out at this point.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for that explanation, and that sounded wonderful. But it just got me thinking. When you were explaining about the e-minty and tokens, obviously, when I was reading through the website, you said something like the e-minty tokens would be converted to the minty token based on the ad revenue, and that's how the creators earn on the platform. So I was just thinking, does that mean that there is no standard exchange rate for the e-minty to the minty tokens, or there is a standard exchange rate, and then the only thing is the way the e-minty tokens get dropped for people that are viewing or reading content on the website? Is there a set fee, or how exactly do you make sure that more e-minty tokens don't go into circulation than there is enough money to pay it out? Do you get my question?
Definitely, brain twister. So first of all, beautiful. You have understood the ecosystem and the tokenomics 100%. So basically, like you said, there is no um, solid or no constant exchange rate. Sorry for my English. I don't know the right word for it, but there is no um, like, how can you say, no set exchange rate for e-minties to minties. We also did lots of educational videos because many people thought e-minty is equal to minty, which is not true. Because the exchange rate from e-minty to minty depends on the ad revenue only, and only at the end of the month, after we see okay how much ad revenue we have generated, we can say okay, one e-minty is equal to how much minty. Just there we can say how that is, of course. But beautiful brain twister, you got it completely right. It's based on the ad revenue.
Okay, that's wonderful. So the only thing that comes to my mind is, does that mean that content creators and people that earn ENT can't trade their tokens whenever they wish, and will only be able to do so at certain points? Considering the fact that you guys would need to equate the amount of income before determining the price that eMinty to Minty would be given.
Yes, so since the ad revenue is also paid out for us on the monthly base, because we use an ad provider which pays out on a monthly base, um, people can cash out their minties every time, but their e-minties, they need to wait for the exchange of the e-minties to minties to trade their minties right away. So your e-minties will be exchanged at the end of the month, and between that you won't be able to exchange the e-minties. So because you all to exchange something, the asset needs to have a price. But if you don't know how much ad revenue you have done in a month, you cannot exchange an asset because you don't know the price of e-minty. So how would you want to exchange it? But your minties that you have earned so far and that are in your wallet, you can exchange every time, of course.
Awesome. So that would mean that before you let content creators be able to earn minties, like when the bubbles of e-minty drop, that means you would already have the ad revenue to pay out that e-minty that is being given out at the moment. And while the one for the next month is already being gotten by the from the ad revenue by the project. Is that correct?
That's correct, exactly. Because every e-minty that is paid out is paid out based on the revenue that has been generated. Beautifully explained, Brain Twister. Exactly like that. So there is
Okay,
no leverage. Yeah, there is
that
no
actually sounds
leverage
very
on it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, there is no leverage on paying out the ad revenue. So we wanted to make it as stable as possible. So only when you have seen an ad and you've generated, like, I don't know, 5 cents, then the 5 cents will be paid out to you in e-minties. And at the end of the month, you receive those 5 cents that you have spent time for on the app. And this is the true thinking of decentralization, in my opinion, of course, because when I scroll through Instagram, like, if crypto.com, okay, they spent like $10 on an app just for 1,000 people to see it. Why do these 1,000 people don't receive a share of it? Because they spent the time for it, they consumed the content. That's the point in everything. That's the point why we built up Viddli.
Awesome. And honestly, I must say it is definitely revolutionary and something that I really haven't seen any other project attempt in this space. And then it's quite wonderful. So, okay, Ismail is here again. Let me allow him to speak. Ismail, do you have anything to add to the conversation? I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds to say if you want, in case you want to say anything.
Yeah, guys, I think we need to mention that Ismail is in Qatar, the country where the Football World Cup got hosted, and there, unfortunately, Telegram is restricted, so this connection is not that stable. So we hope you have some understanding, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I understand the situation, and I hope my community will understand as well. So it's definitely a wonderful concept, Sian, and I can see how it would be appealing to a lot of people. So let us move beyond that. Could you tell us about the tokenomics of the project and how you show those out for my community?
Yes, sure. So if we look at the tokenomics, we see, and that's also a point we need to mention because we want to be transparent also with your community, because we've been transparent with our community from day one on. And like in the pre-sale, I would say our tokenomics weren't that good, to be honest. That's why also the pre-sale was running so slow. But then we took good advice from people with very good knowledge, and these people know that they are mentioned right now, and we improved those tokenomics. So we have allocated far more tokens in the pre-sale, so also for the community to get a bigger share of the project, because we look forward to be a decentralized autonomous organization in the future, where the community has a right to say what is going to happen, or can make proposals on the future development of the app. So this is why we have allocated the pre-sale share in a bigger bunch in the tokenomics. Then you will see the liquidity, which is a very stable percentage of the total supply with 17.1%, which I really like, which all go to PancakeSwap as liquidity. And then you will see we have development with 20%, and which is, after the pre-sale allocation, one of our biggest allocations in the tokenomics, because of we are an app. Okay, we are an application which needs to be developed further, because we want to have a video function in the future. Not everyone likes to write and read articles. Of course, we know that too. We live in an attention economy, okay, where you scroll for hours, You are on sticky apps like TikTok and Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. And next to the articles, so for people who want to educate themselves, we will also need a video function and also a live function to increase earnings also on the app. Because then people who really make good content in video short form, or go live on the app, can be rewarded too. So that's why development is allocated with 20%. And then you will see marketing, of course, 10%. We also have some bigger plans in the marketing direction to also spread the word of the token, because we need to be honest and, like I said, transparent. Our um, um, opponents, like there are different other apps, of course, and we need to spread the word for Viddli far more. So that's marketing 10%, which is going to be used very well. And of course, the team, so us, we are all working without any salary. And I don't know, we are here with our faces and names, and we are doxed since day one of the project. You see every one of us in the social media. If you look at TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, you see me and Ismail. You see everyone else of the team in the different communities like Telegram and Discord with their real names. So there is like 7.9% for us. And something that we are also very hyped about are the centralized exchange tokens with 15%, because we are in talks with 3 different centralized exchanges which wanted to list us on their exchange, and which I would say are quite of the bigger ones, because they also said, okay, guys, you are some of the projects that really want to build, which team we trust, and which have also real life utility right now, and where we see you will develop it furthermore. So this is why we have reserved 15% for the centralized exchange tokens. And that's to the tokenomics.
I think now it's working, right?
There we go. We have Ismail on the VC. Pleasure to hear you speak at last, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much for being so
Nice.
patient. My Telegram is not working. I don't know what they think of blocking Telegram, but it is what it is. First of all, I want to say thank you for inviting us to your Telegram group here and organizing this AMA. And I just wanted to add one thing to the earning process of Minty's, and add to that what Sian said, which is all correct. But in the future, like very near future, we are already working on our own ad platform, which will be launching this year, hopefully. And there, let's say one company comes and books, let's say for $100 ad space on the app. Okay, then this $100 will be distributed, like the ad will be distributed on different accounts, depending on the topics or the parameters set by the advertiser. And then the accounts who have served the ad and the people who have watched the ad will be able to instantly earn the money that they have basically earned on the app, because there the payment has been made already. So this is a very big step for the app in the next updates. But I think here the real value of shared economy will be coming into light, because people will realize, like, okay, I'm spending my time on other social media apps, and we all know, like, if you go to Instagram or if you go to TikTok or YouTube Shorts, it's basically all the same content. People re-upload it from here and there. Like, every platform has the same content. Well, all of them reward creators, for example, in a very similar way, which is like, you have to be dependent on your community, that they send you gifts, that they send you tips or whatever. And this is, of course, very inconvenient for content creators, because they cannot plan ahead. They need to find paid partnerships, they need to make product placements. So if you have an app where you, as a content creator, I'm only talking about content creation right now, and you know, hey, I'm going to post this good content, advertisers see my account, they can book my account only. Like, advertisers can see accounts that are good and say, hey, I only want to advertise there, because people are watching it not just to earn, they are also watching it because they enjoy the content. Because in the future we will put a lot of value on good content creators. And I think now, if we look, for example, on some smaller influencers or content creators on other platforms, they create amazing videos, and all they get in return is like views or followers, but they are not getting really paid for that. So I think the general shift of social media will go into that, because the better the content, the higher the view time. And I think the big social media kraken, I call them, they cannot do that switch, because they have monstrous bureaucracy in their companies now. They have thousands of employees. Their whole budget, like, is going into the organization of their platforms. While a small startup like us, we are very flexible. Like, if we see, okay, there's the need, we know exactly what we want, this is what we are going to build. And in the end, we want it to be community based. That means a decentralized autonomous organization. So it's much easier for us to plan those things now, because we've seen the mistakes the bigger companies make. And as a startup, I think this is a very big advantage for us.
Yeah, well said, Ismail. I must say you did an awesome job with that explanation. So while you were talking, there was one thought that went through my head, and I just had to ask. So basically, you said the ad revenue is what's gonna be generating income for the creators as well as the people viewing the content. So does that mean that the ad revenue, which is obviously paid in fiat or in whatever currency it is paid in, you would be using that to purchase Minty tokens on the in the market on Web3, and then maybe using that as liquidity, and or is there going to be some other way in which you transfer the revenue into the project?
Well, for now, it's happening exactly as you said, but only for a few months until our own ad platform is live. We want to give a value to our token. We didn't call our token also related to the Viddli app, because Minty is based on the company behind it, which is Earlyminter. And we are a software development company for Web3, which means also further other products that we develop will be utilizing the same token, because this is the only token we are going to create. It's a huge task. So, for getting back to your question, the token itself, when we have our own ad platform, advertisers will top up their credits on our ad platform by buying Minties themselves and booking the ad space with Minties. Right now, we are getting the money in fiat from, let's say, AdMob, for example, and we have to take that money and buy with that from the open market. The Minties. But later on, the companies themselves will buy the Minties from the open market, which will be done through the decentralized exchanges API, and it will be all automated. Like, they top up. Hey, I have $1,000 budget, and this will be not only for the app. This will be for our AMAs that we do on Binance. This will be for any marketing campaign we do, any partner products. Like, we are trying now as much as possible to create a whole ecosystem around the Minty token.
Beautiful.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead if you have something else to say.
Yeah, one more thing, which is very interesting to the fact. I don't know if you have YouTube Premium. Maybe this is not something you can relate to, but for me personally, I have YouTube Premium on one account, but sometimes it switches to one that doesn't have Premium. And you know those ads that come before a video that you want to watch, like a 15 seconds ad that you cannot skip, or even if you can skip it, like a small short ad. When you watch those ads, these are called forced ads. Like in advertising, they're called forced ads. You have to watch them to watch the actual content that you want to watch. So if you go into the psychology of the user who's watching it, I don't think that he has like good feelings for the company that is doing these ads, because I'm watching the video because I want to see the content. I don't want to see this ad. But if you think about it, they will have like a bad feeling about the brand. Like I will give an example. I had that with Nivea. And Nivea is like a product I use, and I stopped using it really like as a decision because they kept on popping up on my YouTube all the time. Hey, use this cream. It will soften your. And it was so annoying that I decided I will not use Nivea anymore. Like they got the contrary effect because they forced me to watch a useless ad from them. So let's go and say, okay, Viddli, they are just trying to earn money by watching ads. So maybe the value of the people that I'm showing the ads to is not so high. I would disagree at this point, because if you have ads that are good and that are actually in the interest of you, you as a user appreciate the company because they are paying you to watch this ad. So this is a counter effect of the other way of the forced ads, because on the Viddli app we don't have any forced ads. Someone who wants to watch an ad, he does so because he wants to. And if you watch an ad like 3 or 4 times, maybe like you will get convinced. Okay, this is something that sounds convincing. So I think this is a very big argument for companies to advertise on the platform, and why we believe that revenue, when the user base gets larger, will be very significant to many companies who think about it at that way. And this is something we are going to communicate with them.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, it also made me think about something. Obviously, you say people watch ads and they earn. So, tell me, is there going to be provision for maybe people that don't like ads to maybe like pay a small stipend and skip ads while also being able to earn along the line?
One thing, this is something we are discussing. I don't like the approach that you have to pay for something that is already benefiting from you. Like all social media, you are the product. Like they are already benefiting from you, that companies advertise to you. So if we say we want to make a subscription-based model where you don't see any ads, the only way to do so would be, for now, maybe in the future we'll get some more solutions, would be if we didn't want to have it paid like a referral system. Let's say I'm not a good content creator, but I know someone who creates amazing videos and he would be interested in that. I invite him with my own code, and this guy, when he gets in, I get a lifetime of 10% from his earnings just because I have referred him to the platform. So this is something we are planning right now. We need it to be fair, of course. Like if someone creates all the time content and you're just sitting there and getting 10%, it would be kind of unfair. So we are thinking of a model which makes it like fair to both parties. But the referral system is our first way to earn e-minties without actually having to watch ads yourself.
Awesome. That was definitely a good answer, and I love that part. So yeah, we are about 30 minutes into the AMA. Would you be okay to take some community questions right now?
Yes, yes, for sure.
Beautiful. So community, if you'd like to ask a question, raise your hands, and if you're feeling shy, as always, you can just send them to me in DMs. I'll do my best to read through them and ask if they're good enough. Okay, so let's see who I would unmute first. Let's have the Kryptonian. The Kryptonian, ask your question. Kryptonian, you're unmuted. Ask your
Hello,
question.
am I audible?
There, yes, you are.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Bing. Yeah, so am I, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
bro, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, okay, thank you. I just have a simple question. It's about the trending articles. I noticed that every day we get a trending list of articles on your user interface or your web or your application. And I just want to know what are the requirements in order for if I'm a content creator for my own content to be trending number one, number two, what are the requirements? Do I have to have a specific amount of tokens? Do I need to get enough likes or comments about my comments?
It's a combination of having a good amount of likes and views. However, currently we are creating the recipe of our algorithm. We want to be very transparent on how to achieve things on our app. But since this is our beta version and we haven't yet made it publicly available without invite code, we are trying to find ways, and this is what the beta was for, to find the perfect algorithm that works for every user. It means like when we have good content creators, okay, they are very famous already outside. They have 1 million followers, let's say on Instagram, and then join the app. We still want it to be fair for those who are new to the app and also want to earn and create good content. So we are trying to figure out a way in which we give everybody the chance to get a part of the algorithm. So right now for the trending that you have mentioned, it's basically an amount of the likes and the views, but also on how active you as a user are on the app. Are you commenting on other people's posts? Are you liking their posts? Are you following certain people? Are you writing articles? Are you a constant writer? But it has nothing to do of how much tokens you have.
Okay, thank you very much. I just needed a clarification of that. And thanks for the opportunity. Great way of answering my question. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much, Kryptonian. That was a great question. So now we move on. Also, community, if you have questions and you're scared Telegram will ban you, you can also drop them in the latest post about the AMA. I'll make sure to go through them and read that. So next we have 21. 21, feel free to ask your question.
All right. Hello, am I audible?
Hello,
Yes.
hello.
Hello. All right, all right. So I must say, great project here, guys, and great job so far. So I got a quick questions. So are there other tasks users can complete that would increase our chances of earning on the app apart from using the NFT glasses in your platform?
The best way is to create high quality content. Like right now, like every app needs users that spend time on the app, and the only way we can get users to spend a lot of time in the app is by having users that create quality and original content, because it's organic. Like we want users to enjoy your content and not only watch it to earn. So the better your content and the better the users react to your content by commenting, by liking, and now in the next update by sharing it also. Now in the next update we will have the deep linking feature, which means you can share the articles outside of the app, and when people click on it they'll download the app and see your article. But basically the best way to earn is by creating high quality content which people will start watching. You can, for now, facilitate our social media channels, any channels that you like. tell people to follow you, share your content with them, be active in the community, because in the end, Viddli right now is a community project. Like, all the people that are in the app are also in our community. And if you tell people, hey, I have something that you have to read, it can be related to anything. You could even make an article like with your vision of the Viddli app, because in the end, I said, like, this project is intended to be for the community, and is transforming into a decentralized autonomous organization in the next 4 years. So the higher you put yourself in, like with work for the community, the better your position will be when this happens.
All right, cool, cool. I'm just glad there's so much future for us to make more, um, make more AMTY on your platform. Thanks for the opportunity, Brian. Yeah.
All right, thank you, 21, for asking your question. So yeah, I was going through my DMs, Sian, Ismail, and someone asked a very important question. I don't believe we touched on it during your presentation. He asked about the Minty glasses. Can you maybe speak about that? His question was: is there different rarities of the NFT glasses? Does it have an impact on the earnings apart from just reading articles and creating content? And the glasses, would it also be available for content creators, or it'll only be available for people to read articles and view videos?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Our NFT collection right now is a little bit underestimated. Like, people don't put it too much into consideration. But let me tell you this: it's going to play a huge part in the whole project. And as I said in an AMA previously, the glasses are marketed and created in a way to always have their worth, like, sustained at a level which at least you bought it for, or even higher. So the glasses, basically, they double or 100x your earnings that you can buy. There's also one glass which is the legendary one, but you cannot buy this one. It has, like, this is already over. I think they are all gone. There are 50 legendary glasses that will pay you 200x on your earnings. And the only way to get those glasses, for example, is by having 4 pieces of UBDAs. This was an NFT collection we did on stream for the community previously. They are not released yet, but they already got their sneak preview to them. But to the ones that you can buy, they start at $50, and they have 5 different rarity levels, which is the alpha glass. You have double on your earnings, and it's currently only for, not specific like to content creators or readers, it's for both. Like, when you have them, any image that you have from the upcoming update will increase automatically and will also show on the leaderboard. Let's say someone has 10 alpha glasses, okay, which he won by giveaway or he bought or whatever, then he will stack them up. Like, he will have 20x on his earnings on the app. Later on, we plan also to add more utilities to the NFTs, like special features, for example, as you mentioned before, that you don't see any ads, but you can still earn. But this will be with the high tier NFTs. But they start at $50. We have the alpha glasses, we have the beta glasses, which is 5x. We have the gamma glasses, which is 15x. Delta glasses 60x, and the epsilon glasses 100x, which I myself bought also. They will give you 100x on your earning. So it means right now, if I say I have 200,000 sorry, 200,000 e-minties. Am I still connected?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes,
We can
bro.
hear you.
If I have 200,000 e-minties, if I have the epsilon glasses, that means I will have 20 million e-minties, because it's 100x 200k. So this is basically for the glasses. Later on, there might be also some NFTs specific to content creators or specific to readers, specific to subscribers. We are also planning that creators can create their own NFTs on our Viddli to give, like, certain features to their subscribers. The possibilities are endless, but still, I don't want to tell too much now, because we are still at the very early phase. And for me right now, the most important thing is that the NFTs are keeping their value, increasing in value. So that's why we have only released 500 right now. I think 100 of each version. And this won't change for a long time, even when the app gets very, let's say, very viral and a lot of people use it. We want it to be like more demand than offer to raise the price of the NFTs. I don't want to see a scenario like Step N where people bought for $10,000 NFTs and then in the end now it's worth $100. This is definitely not going to happen with Viddli.
Awesome answer. Thank you very much for that. So there was another question in the community chat, and it was about if you would ever be expanding to other chains apart from BSC. As people are able to earn on BSC, some people may not like this chain and might want to earn in your token, maybe from other blockchains. So are you going to probably launch on other blockchains in the future?
Viddli is aiming to be fully decentralized. Right now, we are a centralized company. Like we don't have to tell something different. We are operating through Apple Play Store, Google Play Store. It's not possible to be decentralized on those platforms. But in the future, there will be a DApp, which is completely decentralized, which even we don't have the power to change any content or whatever. And there, it will be multi-chain. You can use the Ethereum network. You can use whatever network like that the community decides. We will implement that. But for now, in order for us to understand what the users are actually going to do with the platform, we need to research more. We need to gather more information to know later on how to implement that into the DApp and have like a voting system that is very transparent. So it's a lot of work that is coming for that, but definitely it's going to be multi-chain.
Wonderful. So another person was asking about the issue of plagiarism, which I mentioned before when we were talking in DMs. How do you have anything in place, or have you thought of anything to counter plagiarism on your app?
Right now, we are talking with Grammarly. Like we have a partnership already for them with them, and other companies as well, not just them, to find a good artificial intelligence solution for that, because it's not humanly possible if we have, let's say, 10,000 pieces of content created every 5 or 6 hours. It's not humanly possible to verify that everything is original content. So we need to go for an artificial intelligence solution here. We haven't yet decided which one. It's also a question of budget here, because as you know, we haven't raised any money for this project until this moment before the fair launch. And even what we have raised on the fair launch is not that huge of a budget that we can use for such a big step. But we hope that in the future, this will be something that will be sorted through artificial intelligence.
That was a great answer. Thank you very much for that. So, Greek, ask your question, buddy.
Hi, Brain Twister. How you doing?
Welcome, buddy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right. How you doing, Ismail?
Thanks so much, bro. And you?
All right. Yeah, I'm very well. I have a very quick question. You know, I think this is the second or the third time I've heard you speak about, the project, and I think, the project is very, very amazing. It's quite innovative, and you guys have, everything pretty much sorted out. But I looked at some of the ecosystem economics, and I've come to realize that it is possible for users to earn the tokens, either by watching or by writing articles and whatnot, to earn the Minty token. Um, Without having to, there is no prerequisite, to for different projects. You are probably, faced with the task of having to hold a certain, amount of the token before you can access the platform, before you can start earning. We've seen it, in most gamified projects. But it's quite different, with Minty. How do you intend to incentivize users to actually buy the tokens, saying that they can earn the tokens by just carrying out the task, or watching, writing articles. And I think this is a little bit reflected in the race. Personally, I was expecting that the current race should have blown off the chart. When the first time I heard you speak, I was expecting something between 500 and 800 BNB for those quality projects. So how do you intend to incentivize people to actually get into you know the token side of things, buy the tokens, and not just wait for the entire platform to be live and then start earning?
I'll be honest with you, bro. I didn't get the exact question of what you were trying to ask me. Was it that you were asking what would be the incentive to buy Minty tokens if you can earn it on the app, or am I mistaken?
Definitely, that was what I was asking.
Okay.
That was my
Well,
question.
okay. Then I got you. Well, look, you have to look at it from that side. When I like when we came up with the idea of Viddli, this was a big part where not all of the team members were at the same page, but our CTO Rikas, like he convinced me. Like I didn't want to make it possible for everybody to earn. I wanted only NFT holders to be able to earn. But in order for this project to grow even faster and giving people that don't have the access to big funds or funds at all to make a living out of it, like I'm not going to say they're going to earn hundreds or thousands of dollars with the app, but to make a side hustle, like every month receive their $10 to $50 from the app, uh, dependent, of course, on how big it becomes. And then this is something, first of all, we would have helped a lot of people with. And second of all, it would not really affect on people that invest into the token. Because if you invest into a token, it's basically as you invest in stocks, you're investing into the project itself, and hopefully you believe, or hopefully you think that the token will go up by time because the project's roadmap and the team and the product is something sustainable and has a future. So when I buy the Minty token, I do so because I'm investing into something that will give me value over time. However, when you earn the minties on the app, you are doing it anyway. Like for me personally, I cut my social media time on other platforms on half just by scrolling through my own app and earning money with it. So this is two different things. I think when somebody buys just the token for the sake of investing into the token to get value out of it in the next 3 to 4 years, let's say, if he's like a long-term holder or if he wants to trade with the token, this is all possible. But I don't think that you can compare like earning on the app and buying on the outside market. And in the end, it does not affect the actual value of the token, because people that earn from the app can earn only what we have invested into the token previously by the ad revenue that we made. So the token will never dump. That means if I have $10,000 in ad revenue, I'll buy tokens with them. Now, if everybody on the app chooses, hey, I want my money, I don't want the Minty tokens, then it will only affect the $10,000 that in worth of Minties they have earned already. It will not affect any holders, you know.
So I think that's a perfect explanation. Um, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head, because I was wondering how when people earn tokens, they eventually have to like sell them off. But yeah, I think you guys have it all planned out. You have it all sorted out. Yeah, definitely. And also, just to chip this in, I understand for platforms, they usually have to interface with Google or whatever platform is selling ads. From whatever platform is selling ads. As individuals, can we approach the Vidly platform to say put up our ads without going through the usual Google ads, Facebook ads, and whatnot?
There is going to be two different interfaces for booking ad space. One is for the regular user to boost his content, as you know already, like maybe from Facebook or Instagram, where there's a button, you can click on it, boost post. And there you have some limited features to boost your post. But the main target we are trying to get here is, of course, our. And sorry, by the way, you can boost your post with e-minties as well. But here you are very limited. It's not like the paid one with actual cash, like the companies will be able to do. The companies have their own interface. They need to provide us also with paperwork that they are companies, that they are advertising, because in the end, even if we are decentralized, we still have to abide by laws and regulations, and of course tax. So this will only be possible if we treat, like, for example, you as an individual have a different tax rate depending on where you live than maybe a company that is working with us. So this is something that we are still laying out with our lawyers in different jurisdictions. For example, in Europe, where we are currently in talks about regulations. So this is something we still have to sort out. But it looks like that the main advertisement platform is only going to be for companies.
That's I think that's fair. That's fair. Thank you very much, Ismail, for your time. Thank you, Brentista. And I think you have an amazing project right here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, bro.
Yes, thank you very much, Ismail. We are almost getting up to the hour on the AMA. But before we, start to wrap things up, I want you to reassure my community why you think if they like the project, they can invest by talking about your post-launch marketing plans for them. Obviously, a successful launch is very important.
Yes, for sure. Well, now after the fair launch, we will have a quite decent amount for the token. I think it will be around, if I'm not mistaken, for the next 2 days. It will be around 50,000 market cap. Now the real attention comes. Now we will have all the DEX views, all the statistic websites, coin market cap. We will be now in contact with a lot of influencers, because right now, as I said, the app is still in beta. And when we release the alpha version with the referral program, our whole focus will be on marketing, because, as I said, the development of the app is already there. We have the product, we have now the budget, we have the plan. So what we need to do is get content creators and get the users to the app. And this will be mostly like the users will come in an organic way, and we will approach a lot of influencers from different agencies or other social media platforms. I mean, in the end, it's a no-brainer. Like, if you are a content creator, you are creating the content, you are uploading it to all the platforms. It will make no difference to you if you upload it as well on Viddli. This will be in the beginning, like, we want them only to upload it on Viddli, but we cannot decide that. But I think after 1 year, if they see, hey, I'm earning money on that app and the other platforms are not paying me anything, then they will focus more on Viddli, because they will see the upside of it. Like, okay, I'm getting here more than I'm getting there. Why should I focus on the other platforms? So basically, yes, the main focus on us will be now user growth for the app. I'm aiming for 1 million users at the end of the year. It's very ambitious, but I think we can easily do that with the community that we have right now. Also, you might have seen they are very, very active on all the platforms, and this will grow in the coming time.
Beautiful, beautiful. So it sounds like you have your post-launch marketing plans being worked on, and you're confident it will be a success. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for coming out to my community, the Moonboyz, and thank you everyone for asking such great questions. I urge you all to do your own research as always, and if you like what you heard today and you like what you have done as research, then by all means, buy into the pre-sale before it ends, or buy the launch, as the case may be. The sale is currently live, and I believe will remain live until early Saturday morning UTC. Ismail, Sian, if you have any closing statements for my community, please now will be the time to say them.
I would just say thank you to you first of all, and to the community who have been listening to us today. And as you said already, do your own research. But we are confident, like with the fair launch that we launch now, it's a very, very nice approach that a lot of users can, without minimum investment, go into something where I invest not into a promise, but into an actual product. Let it be $10, man. Let it be $10 that you put there, and you say to yourself, I'm gonna let it now for 2 years and see what happens. As I said, we are all dogs here. Nobody's going to go away or whatever. We are very transparent. And yeah, thank you so much for having us today. And I'm very grateful meeting your nice community. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and also from my side, I just can stress out what Ismail said in the past half an hour. And thank you for having us here, Brain Twister, and all the best to the Moonboyz community to do your own research, and then you will realize Minty to the moon.
Awesome. Thank you very much once again for coming to our community. It was a wonderful AMA, and I hope to see you guys once again later in the future for possibly another AMA, for an update on how much progress your project has gone. So
Likewise, bro. Thanks.
I will be ending the recording here, and we'll be forwarding that to you so your community can hear it as well.
Thanks.